Alright, we're out in Texas, right now in Dallas, heading out to Central Texas, couple hour drive. See what it looks like to go out there and hunt. Maggie and I had an unsuccessful attempt to hunt earlier this year in Arizona, so we're making up for it. So hop in, come enjoy the ride. That tip of that arrow is where your bullet should go. Stag. It's a European elk, basically, a red stag that he breeds out here on this particular property. Wasn't like running all over Alaska in the cold, running up and down, dealing with natives and stuff to get that, but that was still a pretty cool little thing. Just kind of snuck up on you, just hiding all day, went right in there and bam, there he was, standing there staring at you. So you take opportunity. Now we got a black buck to try and get down. We've been at that quite a bit today, and we've only been able to get close to him twice, but never at a point that we can get much of a shot at him. He stood for maybe 3 seconds. This guy gave me about 6 or 7 seconds, and you can see what that little bit of extra time did for us. So stick around, we'll see what we can get tonight. Oh, that was awesome. Nice shot. 123. Nice. That's awesome. Watching your kid get their first harvest. That's a hell of a lot of fun, was it, Bo?
Yep.
So what'd you expect we were going to, when we landed, we were coming out here, what did you think we were going to do?
Hike.
You thought you were going to hike all over the place?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I basically grew up on, just hiking for hunting.
Hiking for hunting.
Not exactly riding around in a car. Or
yeah, his ranger to go see where they were at, knew where they were at, and then you had your first shot. Literally, we get there, jump in the Ranger, go over. I mean, what we're there 10 minutes, and he's already got us. Hey, let's get in the Ranger. Let's sight in the gun. Make sure you knew what you were doing with it. And then we took off directly out into where he thought that black buck was at. And what, we were there maybe out there 10 minutes, and there's the black buck. So what did your heart rate do?
When I first saw it, or when I started?
When you first saw it, and then when you got your gun up on that thing.
First time?
Yeah.
I was like, well, like my heart rate, it kind of just stayed the same, because I knew I wasn't going to get it. that first shot because it was pretty far away and it wasn't exactly, I knew with like when I saw it, it wasn't gonna let me just straight up shoot it immediately. Like when I saw it, like right before I like shot that thing, it was just kind of just like a pick up and hit. That was just kind of
you didn't get a chance to think.
Like he wasn't really sure what we were doing, so that kind of gave me some time to just kind of pop him.
Settle down and pop it. That was a good shot too. 123 yards. Knowing that he was a skittish animal and you still got him, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I know Tom said later on, he's like, man, he goes, I didn't think she was going to get him at that distance. He really didn't. So that's why he erupted with such, you know, and got excited, right? Got erupted and got really excited about how cool that was. Plus, he's going to look awesome on the wall. I'm sure he's going to taste awesome. We got a cooler full of meat to go home with. It was an all-around kick-ass adventure. That would be. So, for me, seeing that big old, I wasn't sure what I wanted to hunt. I really wanted to get an axis deer, but he had this last, this last winter where they had that damn freeze that completely killed everything on the place. That was what's cool about your black buck, is he lasted through the freeze where all the other ones died, but the two does that he was with.
Yeah.
And then that big old stag was the biggest stag he had on the place, and it was one to try and hide. He was hiding out. Well, we saw him once before that, and then we had to go push through the brush and get him. It was cool. I just had a really good time. I enjoyed the hunt. I enjoyed sitting around with somebody after the hunt and getting some of his wisdom, and find that a lot of the things that he believes and a lot of the things that he knows to be true when it comes to life and business mirrors our own thoughts. Hopefully, this is going to be a memory you have for the rest of your life. You got to spend some time with some good people. You get to learn a lot more about relationships, because ultimately, this was all done because of a relationship that I built.
Yeah.
So, I love you.
Me too.
Now it's off to Dallas. Go see if we can find some dry ice.